Today I'm going to be changing the oil in my wife's 2014 Honda Accord Sport. This car has the 2.4 liter Earth Dreams 4-cylinder, and this process should apply to all Accords from 2013 to 2016 with the 4-cylinder engine.
Alright, so let's start off with a few of the items that you will need to complete this oil change. First off, a ratchet with a 17mm socket. Possibly an oil filter wrench, depending on how tight the previous owner put the oil filter on. Oil filter. The part number on this is M1-110 for Mobile One. Shop towels, a drain bucket, and of course oil. I'm going to use the Honda recommended 0W20, also for Mobile One. And that should be about it. Alright, so after you've driven the car around a little bit to get the engine oil nice and hot, and driven it up on either ramps or jack stands, the first thing you want to do is remove the oil filler cap, so that way the oil drains easier. Alright, so now that you're under the car, you want to look just to the passenger side of center, and you will see the engine oil drain plug labeled there nicely for you. This is a 17mm bolt. And then just forward of that, there's the oil filter right there. Nice and easy to reach. Now just grab your ratchet with the 17mm socket and start loosening the nut here, bolt here. Remember, this is going to be pretty hot, so just kind of keep your hand out of the way because it's probably going to shoot out. And you might want to have a few shop towels ready. Try to catch the bolt if you can. There we go. And we'll go ahead and let that drain for about 5 or 7 minutes to make sure it's all out of the engine. Looks like most of the oil has drained out of the engine. So next thing you want to do is install a new crush washer on the oil drain bolt, and go ahead and put the bolt back in and snug it down, not too tight. There we go. So now we'll move on to removing the oil filter, and unfortunately whoever put this one on last time snugged it down pretty good, so I'm gonna have to use the oil filter wrench to get it off. You'll want to reposition your drain bucket to catch some of this extra that's going to spill out here. Before you install the new oil filter, you want to oil the seal around. So what I like to do is just shake up the new oil bottle, pull the lid off, and use that little bit of excess oil here to go around the seal. So when installing the new oil filter, it isn't really necessary to torque it down with a wrench. Hand tight is good enough. And that should be good enough. Well, now that the old oil is out and the new oil filter has been installed, it's time to add the oil, add the new oil. In the manual it says with the filter change the capacity is 4.5 quarts, and this bottle I have is 5 quarts, so I'm going to add most of it and then start the engine, let it run for a few seconds, and check the level until I finally get the level correct. So now with most of the oil added, I'm going to start the car real quick, let it run for a few seconds, and check the level until I get it right in between the high and the low marks. Once you're satisfied with the engine oil level, you can go ahead and put the cap back on. And it's always a good idea to, over the next day or two, to check the oil once or twice just to make sure that it's still at the correct level. Now that I'm finished with the oil change, I'm going to go ahead and back the car off the ramps where it's on level ground, and then check the oil level one more time.